Hi everybody, this is Renee from Paramount Solutions in Orlando, Florida. I actually have something kind of controversial in the psychic world to talk about today, and I just think that it's a really big issue in our industry, and I think that if you really listen to what I have to say, I think that it's really, really important in order to get accurate readings. And it's that very, very thing that your reader cannot be your friend, unfortunately. I mean, they are kind of your friend, but they can't be really close to you like a friend or like a family member. And there's many reasons on why I say this, because I've been working in this industry for over 20 years. I've had many, many readings. I have had many client dealing with readings. Obviously, I deal with that every single day with the clients. And it's just something that is very, very important in order for an accurate and objective opinion from a psychic. They can't be really super duper close to you as a friend. We get many different questions about psychic readings all the time, and definitely one of the three of the more common questions is I'm a psychic, why can't I read for myself? Why can't I read for a friend or family member? And should I stick with the same reader all the time? Those are very common questions, and they all have the same basic answer. And it's because you're really, really close to that energy. And when a reader becomes your friend, or when they come really close to your energy, it's very hard for them to be objective. And objectivity is very key in order to get an accurate reading. It greatly impacts the accuracy of your reading, actually. So the first question is, if I'm psychic, why can't I read for myself? When learning about your gift and learning how to increase intuition, one of the things the readers need to learn how to do is to set boundaries with themselves. It could be boundaries between just their energy and spirit energy. It could be boundaries with having other people's energy empathically enter their life. It could also just be boundaries just to, keep their energy enclosed in their space, which is really important too. But it's also another thing that the readers have to learn how to do is how to keep personal bias out of predictions. Because we all have personal biases, of what we bring into our lives and our readings. And definitely to take that personal bias out is very, very important for accuracy. Our intuition is off when we read ourselves because we have certain wishes and, hopes that we want to happen. It can really cloud our judgment. And this also makes the intuition less accurate because of that wish and those bias of things that we want. It's really hard to see the bigger picture and to take the personal out in order to, get the accurate information in. That's why it's really good to get a fresh perspective, or at least somebody who's not super close to you to do a psychic reading for you. A lot of people also ask, why can't I read, for a friend or family member? A lot of psychics ask this, but also just a lot of people are like, why can't I feel that from my friend or family member? And it's really for the exact same reason. Very few readers can read for their friends or family. And it's mainly because of personal bias coming in the way of your intuition. It's really, really the same reason as mentioned before. When you're too close to the person, it's hard to listen to your intuition because of your bias and your own wants and desires for that person. You always want that person to be okay. You want them to feel comfort. You want them to, you want the best or whatever they want for themselves to work out. But it actually, because you're so close to that person and having those biases, it can actually influence the accuracy of the reading. And it's really just because we're human. We care about our friends and family members. And knowing what that person wants or what they're kind of projecting, it makes a big, big difference in the accuracy. And that's, it's just a boundary issue with friends and family members. And it's just really hard to do it. There are readers who can do it. I'm not saying every single reader cannot do it. But usually just for consistency for readings and for accuracy, getting, somebody who's not super close to you to give their psychic opinion is actually really, really important. A lot of people also ask, should I stick with the same reader every time, or should I go with a different reader every time, or should I have maybe a core reader, or a reader who specializes really, really good in business type questions, and then have a different reader who specializes in relationship questions. And usually we do say, it really is up to the client's comfort level and what they're looking for in the reading. There are going to be some readers who are better with career or even business questions versus relationships. We do specifically test all of our readers for relationships because we know that is our number one area. What everybody calls about is relationships. So if you have a relationship issue or a business issue, we definitely have readers that can help, but they all specialize in relationships that we work with. Many clients, really do read with the same reader all the time. But it can, at certain times, in order to get more accurate type readings, it is better to get a little bit of a different, fresh perspective every now and then, especially in the new year. We have new energy coming out with the new year. We had a new moon. We had, a lot of different, good, new, positive energies. And it wouldn't be a bad time to try a different reader than you normally go with. We don't mind you reading with the same reader all the time. We actually have many clients who've been reading with our readers for a long, long time. But in order to get just some new information or even different parts of a situation, sometimes it's better to get a fresh perspective. Sticking with one reader all the time can actually bring you too close, like a friend or family member type reading, to the reader. And it can also, it can actually really affect the accuracy of the reading. It can also limit the amount of information that the reader is getting with fresh information. A lot of times people will want to get a second reading even on the same day or within the same week. And really to get a second perspective is actually kind of a good thing because you're going to pick up on different parts of the situation. And it does kind of depend on the client if you're doing two readings that close together on whether or not we'd recommend that, because some clients really do prefer to stay with the same reader. It just kind of depends. But if you've been reading with the same reader for a long time, we do encourage you to try somebody different and new. When you do try the new reader, the reader is, picking up on their own perspective. They don't really know you. It's a cold reading, so they're actually getting all fresh energy from you. And it really can help, you get to the bottom of the situation and to really help the situation. So if you would like a reading, call us. I know that was a little bit of a controversial post, or a controversial topic for us to talk about. Really, it is really all about comfort with the client, and what they want to do. However, it really is good to get a fresh perspective if you've been reading with the same reader for a while. So if you have any questions about this, please call us at 1-800-966-2294. We have amazing readers who are very accurate who work with us. We have spiritual readers, clairvoyants, psychic mediums. Some of the readers can use some tarot cards. It really does depend on what you're looking for. So call us. We would love to help you. Bye-bye.